Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to another World of Warships Legends video. I am your host, of course, Phoenix61, and if you haven't noticed already, yes, today we are playing Brawl, and I think I found out the one example where the Toulon is a really great ship. We will witness all of its glory, the Toulon. Right, so we've got videos out there about how terrible the ship is, even though we've managed to have a couple of good games here and there in the standard game mode, right? But basically with Brawl this time around, if you're not familiar with it, it shows up every couple of times for every campaign or so here and there, and it's basically super modified like rules, basically. So you can see we waste that Helena in one salvo. Yep, that's how it's done, right? But yeah, so basically everything that sucks about the Toulon has been buffed with this season's Brawl, at least these this particular episode, whatever you want to call it, this particular run of Brawl, right? So there we waste ship number 2. And somebody else was smart in this one and also was playing the Toulon. I think I did notice, like, as I was playing through, like, I saw the Toulon show up more and more, which was kind of funny. Like, I thought maybe, like, I was just, like, grinding through and, like, plowing through, and I'm like, well, maybe people are picking this ship because I wasted them with it, but, I mean, who knows? It could all be chance. This was my very first game, actually, so this guy, that's not the scenario, right? But, so I am going in, like, he's the last ship. I still got 2 buddies left. I'm going to try and ram him, right? He does get a wicked awesome hit right through my face, though. So we made up. Yeah, we didn't get that kill. But so here is Brawl for, this is what, season 18 of Brawl, I guess, right? I don't know how they count, right? But anyway, yeah, main caliber guns reload faster, ships move faster, main battery turrets turn faster, main battery damage increased by 75%. Basically, everything that sucks about the Toulon has been buffed here, right? And consumables, the top one, right? 70% quicker reload on consumables, right? Whatever, fine, who cares, right? I am using a commander with fully packed. I do think there's maybe some other choices you could pick in there, right? But 16 wins is what gets you. So, like, sometimes with Brawl, I'm like, meh, it's too time consuming for, like, a crate that I'm not super excited about, right? But, like, I'm like, you know what? The Toulon sounds like a good plan here. I'm going to try it and see how it goes. And right off the bat, that first game I had was, like, great. So I'm like, all right, I'm not stopping now. Like, right, we're doing all 16 wins with the Toulon is what was the game plan, right? So, yeah, Fiji sticks his butt out right for us. We get a Citadel hit there. It's too bad you don't get, like, the Dev Strike, like, medals and stuff like that, because we get a lot of those, right? Like, but they don't count those for Brawl, right? Because it's just kind of an epic difference, and, yeah, you know. So, if you notice, so I'm skipping, like, the first few, like, 30 seconds to a minute or whatever, right? The games are only 7 or 8 minutes long to start with, right? But I'm skipping the beginnings just to try and get through the vast majority of the wins that we had, right? So it's just like all of his health gone. Just so we could get through all these, like, right, I could stuff them into one video, we can watch it, and we'll all be entertained, right? So, Fiji does not stand a chance. He's trying to run away, but he's either going to get bullets from me or bullets from an ally, right? But my strategy here has been, just go out wide. Like, the one thing the Toulon's good at, you know, in any game mode, really, is very good distanced broadside shots on cruisers. Like, that's literally all it's good for, right? So with this, like, accelerated speed, like, basically every game I played, I've gone out wide and or out away from my allies, right, to try and set up crossfires for when people start getting spotted. We're gonna have to play cat and mouse with this one here, but you'll kind of see that like, that's what we've gotten ourselves into, right? Like, I'm always trying to set up and create these crossfire situations, right? Because the like going just like head on and head in, like, you know, like, I mean, it's kind of good for that too in this scenario, right? It's, I mean, it's 3-on-3, everybody's a cruiser, right? Like, it's okay, but there are some times where I'm pointing at somebody and they do get a good shot right through my face, right? So we do have to kind of watch out for this. But we have another scenario where this Toulon is trying to run, but yes, again, tied, so right, we waste him. I mean, there's a ton of games that I had in here. Like, we needed 16 wins. I got, most of them are here. Like, there's a couple of ones that were, like, a little boring that I was like, man, it's not as exciting, right? Just to keep the video under, like, you know, half an hour, right? Like, so we're at 25 minutes for this one, right? But yeah, so you notice I'm out wide, so this is just as people start getting spotted. So I spent the first minute and a half or so just working on pushing myself out wide to get these angles, right? So these guys are like, oh, there's a ship that's in a different position than all the other guys, right? Like, so yeah, and it works out great, right? So like, there's like a couple of times, like, you know, I didn't win every single game in a row, right? Like, it's, you know, gotta have some decent teammates, and sometimes I screw up, right? Everybody makes mistakes. But yeah, we get an awesome hit on that guy. Helena is, if they're gonna remain broadside, like, this isn't my fault. Like, this is, like, I don't know what you're thinking, buddy, but, I don't know if you saw what happened to the last guy, but, bye-bye, hell. So yeah, all we gotta do is survive for another, you know, 10 seconds or whatever. Yeah, reload on this is, like, epic long, so with it being, you know, with that huge, like, percentage boost of reload speed, is it makes the world of a difference, right? So for once I had a lot of fun with the Brawl mode, right? So I don't do too many videos on this. I've got some, like, arena stuff out there and a little bit of ranked, but, like, you know me, like, most of our game modes, you know, most of the time we're playing standard, right? But I was like, you know what, that sounds like a job for the Toulon. It's only job ever in this game. Let's try it. And then it just was working right off the bat. So we're doing the Toulon. Yeah, here's where I was like, I was grinding through games, just playing one after the other, and I was like, man, I wonder if this guy's like, hey, that worked really good for that dude, right? That worked good for Phoenix, right? And he's playing smart too, so he's not giving us hardly any broadside, and I think I even tried to take a shot at the hull here, and right, we're gonna get like tons of ricochet. So yeah, I aimed I aimed mid, right? Like, and we still got 7 ricochets out of the 8 shells that we fired, right? So I should have definitely went for superstructure there. We're gonna get hung up a little bit on the land here, but we're doing the same thing to him, right? Like, we're not giving him too much sidewall, but he gets a way better hit against us. So we'll pound into his turrets and superstructure, right? And I almost was like considering ramming him here, but I was like, wait, don't do it. Like, we got allies right behind us that can help, right? And so he heads off in the other direction. I'm like, you know what? Like, he's looking at my teammates. We can let the secondaries work on him for a little bit here. And I was like, wait, maybe we can shoot him and then ram the other Toulon that's out in front of us, right? So I'm looking at the mini map and I'm just like keeping myself as lined up as possible to the one in front of us. I think it was also a Toulon, right? This was the only game I saw where there was like 2 Toulons on the other team, but we get most of them later don't have it, right? So now the score is evened up, right? Like, it's 2 against 2 here still, but we should be able to finish him off. So I looked the other way there. And then this guy, full health, but he was, of course, like, he was shooting us as we were moving towards him, right? We just weren't looking at him. We get the ram there at the last second, so he is done for, right? I cut out my first shot here. We did get 4,000 damage, right, against somebody over in A, but it was just like, meh. So we got the defend. But yeah, so now that we are going to be spotted, we start cut in a little bit, right? So I was kind of trying to get position, right? And then it does kind of end up, they all went for A and we all went for B, right? So, and then, like, sometimes like your allies follow you and like it's fine. Like, there's a, you know, there's a mentality of like, you know, stick together, you might survive better, right? But like, I don't know, I think this game variant, this scenario, it was working better for me to have like 2 people go one way and then me go the other way. Like, that seemed to work out the best, right? They run distraction while I just like waste everyone. but yeah, so, but it still like works out. Like, we're still like, all right, now we're probably gonna get the cap on B, right? I'm doing spotting. We got like our 1 cruiser, you know, off to the left of the map. He's probably unspotted, just getting freebie shots, right? He's tucked behind the island. But yeah, so we'll take advantage. Just angling the hull here has worked like so well. Like so many people get ricochets here, where literally no damage done to me by that Indianapolis, right? And like this was one where I'm like, all right, on the lead ship, we're going in. Like I was not expecting to survive long, but like some of these guys weren't shooting at me, right? They're probably taking their other shots at like my allies who might have been angled a little bit better, right? But we get the first kill there. I kind of, we're dividing and conquering here as far as where we're pointing, right? So Surrey doesn't have too much angle on us, and the other cruiser doesn't have too much angle on us, right? All your consumables reload pretty quick, so if you feel good about those ships not having torpedoes, go ahead and use your damage con right off the bat, right? So originally I was going to go all the way around, and then I was like, oh, this guy is coming forward, and he's going to come out completely broadside, so that's going to be the end of this game. I don't know what she's thinking, but he's dead. Right, alright, there we go. 6 penetration. I really know, like, it's just so rewarding to, like, have this ship that was, like, a gigantic struggle bus in standard, and then to be able to, like, get hits like this, it's just great. So, if you're looking to earn some XP with the Toulon, dive into Brawl. I think there's only a couple days left on it, right? So, I had filmed this last night, and I think it said there was 3 days left, right? So you only got a couple of days here. So, but we'll take whoever's given us the most broadside. We're gonna shoot at them, and Helena gets away. He cut in pretty well, right? So, and I was also kind of thinking this ship that's a little bit nearer to us will either get hit by secondaries or one of my allies will finish them off, right? But we do a pretty good job of bow tanking the ship in this game mode, right? So I actually literally used the damage con to repair the turret. Not a big deal, right? We've got sonar too, so like, it's just like, there's been a few people trying to do torpedo ships out there, and it's just really not. With like this, with the extra speed that you guys get, like it's tough to get hit with torpedoes, right? And when I do take them, it's like, okay, like we can handle one, right? Like, so it's fine. I did see some like Omans or Amans right over like the newer Japanese cruiser line, right? Because they get those long range torpedoes, but it just hasn't been working out for those guys. Nobody can stand up to the Toulon. And then I like took that shot. I'm like, really? Did one of my rounds just like land halfway? Like you saw where it aimed, right? Like. But yeah, engine boost going, so we're going in for the ram. Literally last ship, like, why the hell not, right? Like, let's do this, right? And you can see, like, yeah, he's still, like, shooting us right in the face and getting some pretty decent, chunky damage done against us, right? But we're going to catch up to him. I don't know, this, like, reverse maneuverability, I just, like, wasn't turning in quick enough, right? But he keeps backing up, so I'm like, you know what? We'll swing around, and we'll do the reach around here, if that's what you want to call it. Finish that game. Alright, what game number are we on? I don't even know anymore, right? Just Atlanta, I was so hoping to just eliminate him, but it was all 4 over penetrations, all the hits we got there. And then it was like, alright, Zara's up here, right? We got sonar going, we saw him earlier. So we tripped the sonar because we know that he's got torpedoes. And then here's again, I think I just fired a little too low, right? Everyone always tells me I aim too high, and then this is why I aim high, right? Like, because I see those shells hit the water, and I'm like, well, yep, those were useless, right? But yeah, so Zara's on fire from secondaries. We'll aim a little bit higher here since he's angled. We almost finish him. He's trying to get angled so he can send more torpedoes, but of course, like, we've got the sonar going. He's 3.5 kilometers away, right? So we're gonna see those almost instantly. So I'm not even gonna bother like holding on to the damage con. Like I know I'm gonna be able to dodge those. Let's get rid of the fire. Let's finish him. Right? Sent the plane up last second, right? Just to annoy us, didn't he? Oh, did we get him, or did we shoot the plane down? Oh, I don't know. I saw it going out, and then now I don't see it unless it's that one that flew way out there. It must be. Anyway, Mayoko's going to be broadside to us. We'll damage con the fire. We'll aim. He looked like he's moving pretty quick, so I've aimed a little bit more forward. Boosh. Almost deadsies. Almost. 28 grand. Like, the damage numbers put up is just so great. I love it. Love it. Having a great time in Brawl this season for once, right? So, Just need somebody to spot these guys, because I think they're both almost at, well, yeah, Atlanta. See what kind of over penetrations we get here. Oh, nope, he's dead. You might have been better off broadside, right? Got that penetration. Alright, and radar. Oh, that almost worked for us. I don't know what my buddy is doing back there, but he is way back there. Just, you know, maybe relying on radar, I guess, but yeah. Mayoko will wait till we can guarantee this kill here. There we go. And Bosh. He is dead too. Alright. Next game. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. So there's an Omano, right? Like, so like, I mean, I get the like strategy, get those like long range torpedoes, but man, with like how quick the boats move, I think it's not the right call, right? Like, because you're gonna get spotted pretty quick, no matter what, right? Because people can move so quickly. So like, yeah, concealment's probably a better, you know, strategy with that ship, which is just kind of silly in this, you know, with it being tier 6 cruisers that can move lightning fast, right? Like, so he's gone. Almost fired off the rounds there. And New Orleans, we'll aim high since we don't have an angle on him. And the other guy went around the island and is hiding as well, so we will kind of create a, you know, pickle in the middle crossfire type situation here. We've got sonar going, so if anyone's got torpedoes, we will see those early, and if we get close enough, we'll be able to pick them up with the sonar, right? So, yeah, I think this guy has torpedoes that we have to try and dodge. I can't remember. I know that New Orleans, I don't think does, but right, yeah, whoever this is in the smoke screen off to the left. I went into the map just to see what the ship type was for that specific reason. Like, all right, let's see if we can finish off the New Orleans. Boo, she's dead. Belfast. Oh, it's Belfast. Okay. Well damaged kind of fire. We'll hit our heel. What's surprising, like, so, like, you know, if you notice, like, you know, I'm running fully packed, and I was kind of like, you know, this is kind of silly since the games are so short. Like, why am I running fully packed? But that was literally my last heal. Like, I went through them all, right? So it was actually like kind of working out because you know the consumables recharge so quickly, right? So Fiji, we're gonna say goodbye to him right off the bat here. Boosh. Somebody, I didn't get all the damage there. Somebody else definitely hit him, right? He's got more than 2,200 or 22,000. But I was like, there we go. This game's off to a good start, right? So we'll duck into the zone. Mayoko's like, I am out of here. I was kind of hoping to get this like sort of sneak kill through here, but I think the bullets either hit the mountain or I just straight up whiffed the shot, right? Because I was rushing to get that off, just because I knew he was gonna duck behind the mountain there. So we will speed through. This engine boost has been epic too. If you notice, our speed is up to we're over 52 knots now, right? Turning really takes you to like really slows you down. So I try to like point and shoot, right? Helena, I don't know what this guy's thinking. I don't know if he knows how this game works, but you don't do this in standard game mode either, right? So he almost died there. Those two over penetrations, just those are getting. And yeah, you see he's hitting. We're just getting ricochet, right? You got to aim high. Boosh, but he aims in the same spot. You know, it didn't work last time. Let's try it one more time, right? So that's the end of him. And Mayoko is going to come around the corner here, probably trying to torpedo me, right? But if my guns aren't reloaded, I will ram him and his torpedoes, right? We could probably take one or two, right? Like, and then, yeah, we're going to finish him off. That's the end of that game. Next, yeah, here's another Omano, right? Mano, right? Yeah, whatever, right? So Fiji is trying to smoke. But decides to turn broadside to us, so we will take that shot, right? And again, look at my map positioning. So we started back up in the, like, you know, the corner there. Yeah, there goes Fiji. And so I spent, you know, the first minute or so of the game just going out as wide as I could. Just so that we could get those, you know, these angles, right? You can see where my allies are. They're completely useless at this point. At least the one guy is. It's way hard because these guys came this way. We got sonar going. We know has torpedoes, right? Those are wicked, brutal torpedoes as well. So here they come, but of course we can probably handle one. So I was a little nervous here that, you know, we had to make this turn to dodge the torpedoes, so I thought the other cruiser would just be able to wreck us, right? And, you know, he's getting, you know, decent hits, right? Like, we almost die there, and then I was like, ooh, radar, but the allied radar which wasn't quite close enough to pick him up, right? So we're going to point straight at him, and either the radar or our sonar is now picking him up. I'm guessing it's the radar since we weren't able to lock onto him right away. But yeah, now we get sonar. And are we going to get this kill? We got to heal, trip it. Nope, we don't get that one. But our ally thus finished him off right before we, you know, right at the end of the game there, right? That's how that works, right? So this one, I came out wide, and I was kind of disappointed my allies decided to follow me, right? We're a pretty fast ship, so we're kind of way ahead of them, right? But we saw the airplane pop up over here, so we, you know, we kind of figured that, you know, somebody's over here, right? Alzari, he has torpedoes, so we will trip our sonar. We're also kind of close enough to be picking everybody up too, right? Like, just with the sheer speed that you get. We're getting close to people, right? So we're just kind of, so it's kind of like been my like generic strategy for this has just been go out wide, and then once spotting starts happening, I start kind of, you know, bow tanking, and I'm almost always pressing forward and going towards the enemy, right? Like, been a couple of times we've had to make some sacrifices, right? We'll try and dodge these. I think we're going to take one, yep. So we'll damage con that, use our heal, and finish off the Aldry. And Belfast, we're going to be sort of angled poorly towards him, but we are turning in to try and fix that. Allies get a decent shot off on him. The Shores was just way better angle. I know the Belfast is way closer, but, you know, Belfast is making the correct move and turning, you know, not broadside, right? So we get a wicked awesome hit on the Shores. Kind of annoyed. It's not dead, but we are kind of splitting the difference, right? We were angling, you know, we're pointing basically right between the Shores and the Belfast, so neither of them have a good angle on us. Going to shoot at him. I'm going to assume he's going to die, and I guess for some reason I made the wrong assumption, 5 over pens, and so I started turning away from him, and he got a good shot off on us, so I'm surprised we didn't die there. But our secondaries finished him off, so it worked out. We have just enough health left to finish off Belfast. Boosh. All 3 kills yet again. I don't know how many, like, there was quite a few games where we had all 3 of the kills. So I was like, yeah, this ship's working out, right? So, oh, and yes, that was our last game. We got the Golden Week 2024 crate. Kinda not worth it, but anyway. We got, so we'll do, I showed the XP and leaderboard stuff for this game, but like for time's sake I didn't show it for all the other ones, right? Because yeah, reasons, right? But that is Brawl. I am using Andre Rowe. I think he's probably the only guy that I have leveled up this much, so I'm using, you know, Norman Scott for shell grouping, and you know, this Soviet guy for range. And we finally progress through that we don't have to play the Toulon anymore. We unlock the next ship, right? AP shell, penetration multiplier, cruiser speed, rudder shift. The sponge for survivability, right? But you could probably pick whatever, you know, you do you in these scenarios, right? You probably could also do, you know, for Brawl's sake, I would maybe, you could probably pick the rudder shift, right? And then, of course, I'm using fully packed. I think, you know, like refill station might be a really good choice here, but we don't have refill station on that commander, right? So I went in and I was like, you know, like who else do I have for cruiser commanders, right? And so this other Andre guy, excuse me. Yeah, you can see like I've got him, like I don't even have things picked, right? So somehow I've got him at level 7. Probably because I needed for like to level him up to 7 for like a bureau project or something, so I just stuffed it in there. But, like, he would be a good choice, too. Yeah, shell grouping. I mean, maybe I use this guy for, you know, this cruiser line in standard, too. I don't know. But, yeah, refill station. Because, beyond that, yeah, the Toulon really has been a bit of a struggle, right? So, but, yeah, Louis du Fournet. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have refill station and doesn't really have much in the way of AP. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't use him. But alas, that is our Brawl fun for this season. Thank you guys so very much for watching my videos all the way through. Do make sure you're following the channel. Of course, I am doing World of Warships Legends videos every single day. We've got, we got a good streak going for daily videos, right? And then occasionally we live stream, so keep an eye out for those. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again.